30 minutes of core and balance today. I'm moving into my mat. And if you need to have padding for your knees, add it there. And before I make us move and do the fiery practice, I want to do a few exercises, very short sequence, to help our wrists start to open up and our arms and shoulders as well. So first, just take your arms in front of you, make fists, and do a few circles. Any way that you started going naturally, go that way for 3, 4 times. And then you're just going to reverse it for the same amount, 3 to 5. Just mobilizing those wrists. You may feel or be able to catch some sounds from the wrists coming, which is normal. Then you're going to open your hands and flicker a little bit with the fingers. And as you do that, if you can, you keep your arms straight. This is going to feel a little fiery. You're going to go like you keep those fingers like doing like if you're like throwing water, let's say, with your fingertips. And you go up and then out and back. And you're going to start feeling that warmth coming into your arms and your wrist and your hands. And again, inhaling, trying to keep your core connected. Belly in, lower belly in, and one more. It feels fiery. Good. And then release it, shake it a little. Then you're going to lace your fingers and do like little waves with your arms and your hands. This is also good to open up fingers, wrists, palms, and we are also moving our shoulder joints, okay? And then reverse it. So it's going to feel funny maybe because our brains have a usual way or a habit to do things in a certain way. So then try and reverse it a few times. Good. And the last one that I'm going to do here, I'm shaking again a little, is to come into hands and knees, but instead of hands and knees, I'm going to put my left forearm down on my mat and my palm is facing up. And with my right forearm, I'm going to convert it into a foam roller, and I'm going to use my right forearm to press into the left one, kind of like doing a little bit of a massage. I hope you can see that. So I'm kind of like gently pressing from my inner elbow all the way to my wrist. You can stay there in the wrist and do a little bit of circling on top of it. You may hear sounds there also of the little, the joints there or the little bones making a little bit more space, okay? You can also go side to side, kind of like I call it the violin movement, going right and left a few times, okay? Good, this is also good anyways for typing on your computer. I'm switching sides and now I'm going to use my left forearm as a foam roller and go from the inner elbow, pressing gently all the way to the wrist. Maybe you want to stay there a little bit and do a few circles. Like I said, you may hear some clicking, snapping sounds. Don't go super hard, okay? Nothing aggressive. And then I'm coming back, doing a little bit of that kind of like painting. And then a little bit right and left. So like the violin movement, okay? Good, once you're back from that, shake it again a little bit. And now, yes, we come into hands and knees. I have my shoulders above my wrist. I'm going to try and keep my hips, my pelvis above my knees. And we're going to do 3 cow-cat undulations, okay, for the spine. So I'm going to inhale, sacrum goes up, dropping the belly, lengthening the front spine, lifting the chin, and exhaling, tailbone moves down, navel moves in, chin to the chest. And again, inhaling, take your time here to feel the expansion in the front and the elongation in the back when you reverse it. One more. Good, I'm returning to a tabletop. And then from here, as I draw my lower belly in, lengthening the whole spine all the way to the crown of your head, extend your right leg up and back. It's just parallel to the floor with my right hip point pointing and facing down. Drawing again that belly in. Take a deep inhalation through the nose. Exhale. And let's add the left arm coming forward, a little bit of balancing and core here, firming the hips, inhale, exhale. I'm adding one more, bending the right knee. If it's possible, you send your left hand to catch the right foot, pushing the foot into the hand, opening the chest, one breath. And then release it and bring it down. Good, shake a little bit the hips side to side or wiggle just a few times. And then we switch sides. Make sure that again, those hands, wrists are under the shoulders, lengthen through the crown of the head, lower belly in, left leg goes up and back, turning the toes down so my left hip point faces down. Again, I'm drawing my lower belly in because sometimes I forget and it tends to drop again. Push through that left heel. And then we add the right arm coming forward. Breathing always in a rhythm that follows a pattern, okay? Inhale, bring that right hand towards the left foot. Push the foot into the hand. If this feels like it's too intense, don't. Just stay where you are for another breath. Then slowly release and bring everything down. Again, wiggle a little bit side to side. Good, now I'm going to turn my fingertips a tiny bit out to the sides. It's kind of like half an inch, very tiny. Then I'm going to move my knees a few inches behind my hips, curling the toes. I'm going to start pushing my mat forward, like if I want to stretch it and make it longer, and move into a downward facing dog. I'm pushing with my hands and arms, and I'm also creating an external rotation in my upper arm bones. So I feel a little bit more expansion in the collarbones and the top of the chest. And then pedal the feet a few times. Imagine you are going in a bicycle or walking and you do the same motion, giving yourself a little time there to stretch the backs of the legs one at a time. Maybe you feel there a little bit of tension in the calf muscles or the hamstrings. Good, release the head, release the neck, let them be heavy and long. Good, and then from there, we're going to slowly move towards a plank or the top of a push-up, okay? So we are going to inhale, coming to plank, pushing through the heels, inner thighs up, navel to nose. Exhale, take it back to down dog. Again, inhaling. Exhale. Again, inhaling. Long inhalation, tone the hips, belly in. Exhale. Last one. Inhaling towards plank. Push through the heels, inner thighs up. Draw everything in towards the midline of your body, then back to down dog. Good. Let's gaze forward, bend the knees, and walk towards the top of the mat. When you get there, let those feet be hip distance apart, bend the knees, drop the torso over the legs. And if you want, you can swing a little bit side to side. You can hold opposite elbows or wrists or forearms just a few times. And let that head become really heavy. Imagine you're cascading your spine over the legs, together with the neck and the head, and even your brain is moving down towards the top of your head. Good, then press firmly through your heels, lift your inner arches and spread your toes. And from there, we inhale, we come all the way up. And through the center, we release the arms to the sides. Good. Okay, let's go from here. Inhaling, we're going to hook our thumbs, open the chest and firm the glutes so you can go a little further back, opening up. Exhaling, we fold. Inhaling, half a lift, hands to shins or knees or thighs. With the exhale, I'm going to take my right leg back. You can always put blocks under your hands if you need, and we are going to swing a few times, going back and forth. You can straighten the legs if you want, like I'm showing in the front, or not completely, just a few times. Good, this is the last one. When you come back to the front, push through the back heel, let the front hip bend a little more, lengthen the torso, inhale. Exhale, bring the right foot forward and fold. Inhale, go all the way up. Exhaling, we fold again. Inhaling, half lift, hands to thighs, legs anywhere, opening the chest. Exhale, left leg goes back. And again, we swing a few times, oiling the hip joints, the knee joints as well, and bringing a little bit more of that fluidity in the body as we move, okay? Last one, I'm coming to the front, I'm staying there, pushing through the heel, letting my right hip bend a little more, lengthen through the side body, one inhalation. Exhale, move forward and fold. Inhaling, arms up overhead. Exhaling, we go down again. Keep the rhythm in your breath. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, this time left leg goes back. Inhale, twist to your right, pressing the left hand down, opening the chest. Exhale, release, bring the left foot forward and fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhaling, we fold again. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale, right leg goes back. Push through the back heel, right hand down, twist to the left. One inhalation here. Exhale, release, bring the right foot forward and fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhaling, moving through the center, we release. Good, kind of, no, sorry, I want to say from here, we are going to add a little bit more fire, okay? So I'm going to keep my feet hip distance apart and I'm going to inhale, sit into what we call a chair pose. The idea here is to keep the torso long and the pelvis neutral. What do I mean by that? No arching a lot and no tucking a lot. So try and find that place at the center, okay? Sit a little lower, take a deep inhalation. Draw the navel in, the lower belly up. Again, inhale. Good, we go from here, hook your thumbs, inhale, exhale. Inhale, half lift. This time we exhale and we walk back to a plank pose. One inhalation in plank. Exhale, you can use your knees first if you want to come all the way down. Inhaling, we take a cobra. This is a heart opener. Fire your glutes, press the tops of the feet down and lift from the navel all the way to your nose. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes, go into a tabletop, push back towards your heels like a child's pose. And from here, we go up into downward facing dog. Big breath in through the nose and a big sigh out through your mouth. Push those hips up and back, okay? Let's keep going. Right leg goes up and back. Right foot comes forward in between the hands. Squeeze through the inner legs. Let's go up. Inhaling, high crescent. Bend the back knee a little, lengthen through the sides. Imagine the sides of your armpits getting longer to elongate that side, the sides, and expand. Opening the chest. Exhale, release, down dog. Inhale, left leg goes up and back. Left foot comes forward in between the hands, squeeze through the inner legs. Up we go, high crescent, bend the back knee a little, lift the pubic bone, send the sacrum down to the floor. Inhale, opening the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, coming down. Inhaling, cobra. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes. Inhale, go to the tabletop. Exhale, push back. Inhale, come back to the tabletop. Exhale, down dog. Good. Okay, we keep going. I'm not even checking the time. Inhaling, right leg up. Now we're going to take a plank pose with that right leg up. See if you can hold it. Keep that navel moving towards your nose. Challenge here, see if you can lift your left arm. Inhale, oops, exhale, inhale, left hand down, push back up, right leg. Good, now we are going to bend that right knee, opening the hips. And I'm going to try and level my shoulders, lifting the left shoulder up a little bit. Drag the left ribs in. Take a deep breath. Good, re-extend right leg up. Right foot comes forward in between the hands. And on the next inhalation, we go all the way up, arms overhead. Inhale here, hands to heart. Next inhalation, I'm elongating through the side body. And with the exhale, I'm hooking left elbow to the right for a twist. Balancing here in this lunge, I'm letting my front knee come forward a little. I'm firming my right hip into my body. And I'm pushing with my right palm gently down so I can lift the chest a little more. One option here is to keep looking in the same way that I am doing so it follows the line of the spine without upsetting the neck a lot, or you can also gaze down. Inhale, exhale, push through that back heel, come back, inhale, arms up, exhale, down dog. One full breath, push those hip creases up towards your sitting bones. Second side, left leg goes up and back. We come to plank with that left leg off the floor. Stay there if you can. And option to add right arm forward. Inhale, maybe only one breath. This is my hard side. Good, release, left leg goes up. Left knee bends, opening the hip. And I'm trying to also level my shoulders here. Drag the right ribs in, drop the head. Good, left leg goes up to the skies. Left foot comes forward. Squeeze through the inner legs. And here we are again, high crescent, bending the front knee. Pubic bone lifts up, open the chest. On your next exhale, find the hands into the heart. Another inhalation, lengthen through the side body. And then exhale, right elbow to the left knee. Push through that back heel for the twist. Left palm pushes into the right one to lift the chest and belly. And you can gaze down to the floor or to the side. Coming back up, one inhalation, opening. Exhaling to down dog. And I'm adding another plank. And from here, I'm coming all the way down. And I'm staying here for a moment. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Bring your forearms in front. Let them be parallel to one another. Elbows are right under the shoulders. And with my hands, I'm pressing the floor down and I'm dragging with my fingertips the floor towards me. Fire those glutes again. Squeeze. Lift the chest in between your armpits. Good. Now from here, another breath. I'm going to let my palms come together and I'm going to lace my fingers, but my pinkies. My pinkies, they stay touching each other and they are part of my base because I'm going to do something else. So from the pinkies all the way to my wrists and from the wrists all the way to my elbows, I'm going to push the floor down and I'm also going to tuck my toes. I'm going to walk my toes in so I can lift my legs off the floor. At least I can feel my thighs off the floor. Inner thighs go up, squeeze the butt, and then push the floor and come into a forearm plank. Breathe here. You can see that I'm not trying to push my hips up yet. We're going to do it, but later, okay? So I'm trying to keep really my core engaged here, pushing through the heels. and talking at the same time. Good. Then from there, keep pushing the floor down and away this time so you can start lifting the hips, walking your feet towards your head, and elevate those hips as you push the floor away. Can you see how I'm pushing my chest towards my legs? That's the idea. Drop the head, drop the neck. Core and balance, push through the elbows, another breath. Walk those feet back again into that forearm plank. Good, then bring the knees down, all the way down. Release the arms, bring the hands under the shoulders. Roll the shoulders back, press through the feet. Inhale, open up. Exhale, release. Good. From here, I'm going to push back into a child's pose. Yay. Okay, a little bit of resting. Releasing here, give yourself a moment to regroup. I'm going to do a mini rest here of less than a minute. So take a moment to go in, observe your breath. Notice the sensations arising after this portion of the practice. A few more seconds, I'm counting, just to return. Notice the sensations in your legs, in your hips. Less than 10 seconds left. And then we will meet again in downward facing dog. Let's go. Slowly going up. Good. From here, right leg goes up and back. Bend that right knee, opening the hips again. Level the shoulders. Stay there, push them out of the way. Re-extend, right leg up to the skies. Right foot comes forward again in between the hands. Again, I'm coming up into a high crescent. Bend the back knee just a little to lift the pubic bone. This time we're going to bring the arms behind, lace the fingers, roll the shoulders back, extend through the arms. Feel that opening in the top of your chest. I'm trying to keep my head above the heart above the pelvis, lining up the spine. Then I'm going to inhale, arms up, exhale, hands to heart. And from here, I'm going to balance into what we call warrior 3. If this is something that it's new for you, there's many ways to do this. You can touch down and keep the toes touching, and this is good as well. You can maybe come to the balance, but you find it easier to touch down. You can bring blocks and just showing different variations. You can stay with the blocks and just work here, okay? This front knee can be bent more or less, but we are never locking the knee, okay? And we are trying to keep the hips facing down. Lift the inner left thigh. Good, let's all touch down after, unless you're already touching, and send those left toes down. I'm going to change this a little. Now from here, I'm going to move that right foot a little further out to the right. And again, with my left hand, I'm going to twist, bringing the chest up, the hips back. Good, another one for balance and core. Now I'm going to bring my right arm inside my right foot. That's why I opened it up a little. And I'm going to keep my hips firm and twist over to the left. Okay, keep bending that front knee, open the chest up. Release, back to down dog. Good, feel that stretch in the spine, external rotation in the upper arms. Let the upper back be broad, don't squeeze the shoulder blades in. Bring the heart into your body. Good, second side, left leg goes up. Bend the left knee, opening again through the hips, shoulders level. Re-extend left leg up, left foot comes forward. Second side, we find that high crescent. We are almost there, close to the end, okay? Let's bring those arms behind, lace the fingers, roll those shoulders, opening the top of the chest, collarbones wide. You can bend that back knee and lift the pubic bone. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, hands to heart. Whenever you're ready, let's go. Balancing. You can always use props from home, like a mantle, a wall, blocks, anything you need. Keep the hips facing down, elongate your spine. Don't lock your left knee. Steady yourself with your breath, even if you lose balance, okay? Touch down. Bring the right toes down. I'm moving my left foot all the way, almost to the edge of my mat. Right hand down, twist to your left. Firm the hips. Left hand, left arm comes down inside the left leg. And I'm going to squeeze through the inner legs. I'm pressing with my left arm into the leg, leg into the arm to open up to the other side. One more. Good. Exhale, back to down dog. Last one. Push those hip creases up towards your sitting bones. Drop the neck and the head. Good. Bring your knees down, sit back, and bring the legs through. Good job. Okay, stay here for a moment, sitting tall. Take a deep breath in and a big sigh. Good. You can always add padding under your sitting bones if you need a little bit more height. I'm going to bring the soles of the feet together and my hands are holding my shins or my ankles. Now you don't need to bring the feet super close to your pelvis if they don't get all the way there. It's not important. You can go a little further out for this version today. It looks a little bit like a diamond shape for my legs, okay? And as I hold, wherever I can hold, I'm going to let my torso do naturally what it feels like doing by coming forward. So I'm not going to say keep it tall or keep it like all the way up. Just let it round, drop the head and the neck, and take 3 breaths here. Let the legs become heavy. The knees be pounded down without pushing them, just let them drop. Good. After that 3rd breath, we come all the way up. We still have a couple of minutes. Bring your knees in, come onto your back, hug the knees into the chest and rock a little bit side to side. Good. Cross your right leg in front of the left one. If you can, you catch your shins or your feet and just bring the legs towards you for 1 full breath. Switch sides, left leg on top. Bring the feet, the shins, the ankles in. Another full breath. Good, then I'm going to release, put both my feet on the floor. And from here, I'm going to open the arms to the sides, relax the upper back, cross your right leg on top of the left one again. Shift your hips a little bit to your right. So I'm picking up my hips and moving them to the right side of my mat. And then from there, I'm letting my legs drop to the left, head to the right. 1 full breath, dropping here again through the shoulders. Nice. Back to center. We are almost at the end. Switch sides. Shift the hips all the way to your left. Cross the left leg over to your right. And then let those legs drop to the right side, chin to the left. Shift a little bit your upper back if you can to let the most of your upper back drop to earth. Full breath. Nice. Then we return to center. We release that left leg, hugging in again into the chest. I'm right at the time. Rock a little bit side to side. And let's roll onto the side and push up towards a seat. To end this practice, come into a cross-leg position today. Sit tall, just 1 extra minute perhaps here, a few moments. Bring the palms together into the heart center and give yourself a moment to bring to mind one thing you're grateful for in this very moment in your life. And that thing that shows up for you can be a good reminder, a mantra, a guide for the rest of your day. Whenever you feel challenged, maybe stressed, maybe a little anxious, return to that where that thing you found you're grateful for. Give it a long inhalation through your nose and a full exhale to pause and reconnect to your center. Thank you guys so much for joining this practice today. I hope to see you next time. Namaste.